So the next type of questions are simplifying algebraic fractions when there's a plus or a minus sign between them. So there we have two fractions. We have a 2x plus 5 over 3, and we have an x minus 2 over 4, and we're subtracting the right-hand one from the left-hand one. First thing to do, get a lowest common denominator, and that's 12. So that would mean that the bottom of both fractions should be a 12, meaning I need to multiply the left-hand fraction by 4 above and below, and I need to multiply the right-hand fraction by 3 above and below. So if we look at that second box, the second line after the equal to sign, we have 4 over 4 multiplied by 2x plus 5 all over 3. So we're multiplying the top and the bottom of that one by 4. Then we have minus 3 over 3 into the second fraction. So we're multiplying the top and bottom of the second fraction by 3. That will allow us then to get a 12 underneath the line in both cases. So that gives us the top line in the newest box there. What I then suggest is writing them all over 12, and you include everything above the line. So we have 8x plus 20, and then we have minus, and I put everything after the minus in brackets, because that minus needs to be multiplied by the 3x and by the minus 6. That gives us 8x plus 20 minus 3x plus 6. When you simplify the top, you put the like terms together. 8x minus 3x is 5x, and 20 plus 6 is 26. Right, the biggest problem that guys will have here is with regard to the minus sign in front of the second fraction. Usually the mistake that's made is they go from the third box down, which says 8x plus 20 over 12 minus 3x minus 6 over 12. They go from there to having a minus 3x minus 6 all over 12. So they only multiplied the minus in front of the second fraction by the first term, but you need to multiply it by both terms. That's the biggest source of error that I find in those questions. Okay, next example. So in this case, we have y plus 1 minus, and then 1 over y minus 1. What I'd be doing here is put y plus 1 all over 1. So I put y plus 1 all over 1, and then what I need to do is get a lowest common denominator, which would be y minus 1. So I multiply y plus 1 over 1 by y minus 1 divided by my y minus 1. Okay, that means then we have a common denominator. When I multiply the two top terms in the first fraction, it's y plus 1 by y minus 1, which gives me y squared minus 1. And then that's all over y minus 1, and then we subtract the second fraction from it, which was the 1 all over y minus 1. Okay, write them over one denominator, multiply the 1 in the second fraction by the minus, simplify the top, and you get your answer. Now this one you might need to ask me more questions about, so feel free to ask me anything to do with this in class when you have time. Okay, in this case, what's the common denominator? Well, the first thing I would do is look at x squared minus 4. It's the difference of two squares. So it's x minus 2 by x plus 2. Now what that means is I've got in the first fraction 6x all over x minus 2 by x plus 2. And then in the second fraction, minus 3 over x minus 2. So the lowest common denominator is x minus 2 by x plus 2. So the first fraction will remain the same. The second fraction I'm going to have to multiply above and below by x plus 2. So that's what I've done in the first line of that. The first fraction stays the same, apart from the fact that the x squared minus 4 is written as a product of two terms. And then the second fraction, I've multiplied the top and the bottom by x plus 2. When you write those over a single denominator, then you get the final line in that box. And now what you need to do is multiply x plus 2 by minus 3. So on top I should have 6x minus 3x minus 6, and the bottom remains the same. We then need to simplify the top. So 6x minus 3x minus 6 gives me 3x minus 6. And there's something unusual about that, because I can take out a common factor out of 3x minus 6. The common factor is 3. That leaves me with x minus 2. So on top I have 3 into x minus 2. On the bottom I have x minus 2 by x plus 2. And the x minus 2 above and below will cancel, leaving me with 3 all over x plus 2. Okay, I'm going to keep going, gents. So we're going to solve this equation. The first thing you need to do, find the lowest common denominator. It's 4. So the 20 can be written as 20 over 1. The next thing you need to do is multiply everything by 4. So that's the third line there in that new box. If I multiply everything by 4, I have 4 by 3x over 4, I have 4 by 20, and 4 by x over 4. Now in the first term, the 4's and the 4's will cancel. Likewise, in the last term, the 4 and the 4 will cancel. And that's because we're multiplying by 4 and dividing by 4. The 4 by 20 will give me 80. And then it's just a case of solving for x in that respect. Okay, second example.